The river gave nothing back. It never did. But Mama Ajoke's hand was still stretched over the water, still waiting, still refusing to accept what the river was telling her. The hand was gone, pulled back beneath the surface the way the river pulls everything it has decided to keep. Slow, deliberate, without apology. She knelt at the muddy bank, calabash lamp dying beside her, and she whispered one word into the dark water. Ajoke? The river did not answer, but she did not move her hand, because mothers know, not with the mind, with something older and deeper and more stubborn than the mind. And that something was telling her, quietly, with a certainty that had nothing to do with reason, that what she had just seen was not nothing. She just did not yet know what. Deep inside the palace, Oriha stopped mid-sentence, not because he chose to, because the water chose for him. It moved through him the way a tremor moves through a river, felt before it is heard, understood before it is named. His white robe, the one that moved like a living river, went suddenly still. His luminous blue skin rippled like disturbed water across his entire body. His warm brown eyes went very still. He turned his head slowly towards the oldest part of the realm. Something, he said, has remembered that it is alive. Ajoke looked at him. What does that mean? He was quiet, listening with parts of himself that had no ears. There is someone, he said finally, in the deepest part of this realm. She was here before any of the others, before the red cloth, before the rock by the river. My mother kept her, the only one she ever kept. I have never understood why. His voice dropped. She has been fighting for 100 years. The words fell into the silence between them like stones into deep water. Tonight, he said, she broke the surface. Ajoke stared at him. What changed tonight? Oriha held her gaze, said nothing, because the answer was standing in front of him, and they both already knew it. He showed her the mirror after, a place in the chamber wall where the living stone had given way, a window of pure water, perfectly still, carrying no reflection of the palace or the cold or any of the supernatural things surrounding it, carrying only what was true somewhere else. Look, he said. Ajoke looked, and the water showed her home, her village, her paths. The smell of it almost reached her through the glass. Morning earth and palm oil and the warmth of a place lived in by the same people for generations. And at the riverbank, small and terrible in her grief, her mother. Kneeling in the mud, hand stretched over dark water, calabash lamp almost dead beside her, still there, still waiting, still refusing to leave. Ajoke pressed her palm flat against the mirror. Cold, glass cold. Mama. The word came out of her the way water comes out of a cracked vessel. Not chosen, just happening. the natural result of something held under too much pressure for too long. Her eyes filled completely. On the other side of the water, in the real world, Mama Ajoke felt something. A warmth where there should have been none. A pressure against her palm where only cold river air existed. She pressed her own hand against the river surface, and for one impossible moment, separated by worlds and water and everything that lies between the living and the kept, they were almost touching. Almost. Almost is not nothing. Almost is the most that love can do across that kind of distance. And sometimes, almost is enough to keep someone alive. In the deepest part of the realm, in a place the blue lamps had never reached, the first one felt it. Not dead, kept.
The difference, she had spent a century learning, was everything. Death would have been a mercy. Being kept meant consciousness, meant remembering, meant fighting every single day in the dark with no guarantee that the fighting was doing anything at all. But tonight, something had cracked in the balance of this place. She felt it shift, and she used it. 3 seconds of night air, one hand through the surface. In 100 years of fighting, 3 seconds was a lifetime. She pulled back into the deep, held the memory of night air close as a name she had almost forgotten, and understood, with the clarity of someone who has waited long enough to recognize a shift when one finally comes, that whatever arrived in this realm tonight had changed something permanent. She was not going to waste it. Above her, Mama Ajoke finally stood. She did not fix a head wrap. She did not wipe her face. She picked up her dying calabash lamp and looked at the river for a long time. Then she walked into it. Ankles, knees, the cold, dark water rising around her. She did not care. I know you can hear me. Not loudly, not desperately. With the flat certainty of someone who has nothing left to lose and has discovered, surprisingly, that this is a very powerful place to speak from. You took my daughter. One woman, one dying flame, the whole dark river around her. I am giving you one chance to bring her back. A breath. After that, she looked at the water, at the dark, at whatever lived beneath. I am coming in after her. Beneath her feet, far below in the deep, Omije heard every word. She had heard 10,000 things spoken into her river. Prayers, curses, bargaining, weeping. She had felt nothing. But this was not a prayer. This was a promise. And Omije, who had not been afraid of anything since the day she walked into the river and left her humanity on the bank behind her, felt something move through her that she did not immediately recognize. It took her a moment. It had been so long. Fear. Real fear. The kind that does not leave when you look away from it. The kind that stays.